everyone. I'm Dr. Karthika from Department of Biomedical Engineering, SNS College of Technology, Coimbatore. In this October 2025 lecture series, we are going to discuss about the source of bioelectric potential in biosignals and their characteristics in biomedical signal processing. Shall we start? First of all, what do you mean by bioelectric potential? We know that the key ions in our bioelectric potential, which includes sodium, potassium, chloride and calcium, like that, which are mainly used to regulate our electrical signals. And then what is the use of this bioelectric potentials? Why do we need bioelectric potential? Here, bioelectric potential arises from ionic differences across cell membranes and which creates voltages that are essential for nerve, muscle and biological development processes. Here, this fundamental biological phenomenon and the development processes which derives cellular communication and tissue organization. Here the cells maintain a resting membrane potential with negative charge inside which is relative to outside, which enables precise communication and function. See, the resting potential typically ranges from minus 40 to minus 80 millivolts across different cell types. See, here our empathy is understanding the biological context. Here, this biological context mainly used in cellular communication, developmental patterns and information processing. Our first thing is cellular communication. Here the cells communicate via bioelectric signals to regulate growth, development and regeneration processes throughout the life. And while coming into developmental patterns, here this specific voltage patterns guide both brain morphogenesis and organ formation. Here in this information processing, which includes the rules of information processes, and this is not just biological units which performs information processing inside the cellular. See here and our defined part which frames the problem patterns of bioelectric potential. Our first thing is identifying the challenge and establish significance and define the problem statement. Here are identify the challenge, which includes how do spatial patterns of bioelectric potential influence gene expression and tissue development across different biological systems. This is our first thing. Our second thing is decoding bioelectric control mechanism, and our defined part, which includes how can we harness bioelectric signals to control and improve tissue generation and regeneration. Here our ideate part, which includes generating innovative solutions for effective bioelectric potential. BEPs are bioelectric potential. Here we have device innovation, AI integration and biomimetic design. Here in this device innovation, which mainly concentrates ion channel targeted drugs and bioengineered and electrical cues and medical devices. And while coming into AI integration part, here we use machine learning models to predict voltage pattern effects on gene activity and tissue outcomes. And at last, biomimetic design. Here the next generation and the enhanced version of designs are involved in our research and other applications. C. Our bioelectricity in action. Here we include the Xenopus brain development. Our first thing is pattern recognition, and second thing is computational modeling, and third one is experimental validation. Here in our pattern recognition, here multicellular voltage patterns, not individual cell voltages. Here the drive coordinated gene expression across tissue regions are considered. And while coming into computational modeling, here the advanced models predict morphogenetic outcomes from specific bioelectric input parameters with high accuracy. Remember one thing, we have to maintain high accuracy and precision in our results and research. At last, our experimental validation. Here the laboratory studies confirm bioelectric control mechanisms over this research and development processes, how it could be improved and how it generates good precision and accuracy throughout the process. See, here I have included one role play. See, the role play is cell as an electric battery. This is an electro role challenge. Here we have some instructions and like assigning roles to students and uh, use masking tape to draw the cell membrane on the floor and have ions move, and according to the signals one student have to record the potential changes on the board. And finally, um, we have to start our activity while introduce stimuli depolarize part and let the ions respond accordingly. Here our learning outcome is we can easily understand the internalized dynamic movement of ions and generation of action potentials throughout the memorable physical activity in our class. See, next one is our visualizing bioelectric patterns. See here, our first thing is voltage distribution. Our second thing is how the activities gives results before and after, and network complexity. Here in voltage distribution, we use heat maps and after visual documentation, which shows the changes following bioelectric modulation, and finally network complexity, which demonstrate the intricate scale of bioelectric signaling networks throughout the development. See here, how do we apply our design thinking to bioelectric research? First one is our empathy part. Here, the understanding of cellular needs, behaviors and environmental requirements are listed here. And define part, we have to identify our key bioelectric parameters influencing the developmental outcomes. And ideate part, here the prototype bioelectric interventions and test effects through iterative process are considered. And finally, our prototype and implement, here refining solutions for regenerative therapies and bioengineering applications. And finally, we'll get a complete design thinking approach in bioelectric research by applying empathy, define, ideate and prototype parts in our bioelectric research. See the future directions and innovations, which includes 3D organoid integration and stem cell guidance and adaptive devices like that. Here we have to maintain our closed loop bioelectric devices, which provides accurate decision and accurate precision accuracy in tissue growth based on the real-time feedback. And for 3D organoid integration, which combines bioelectricity with advanced organoid culture to create improved CNS tissue models for research and other applications. And for stem cell guidance, using precise bioelectric cues to guide stem cell differentiation and enhance tissue repair mechanisms. Here, bridging biology and innovation. Here we have to discover our fundamental steps and concepts, and again we move on to design methodology and future impact. See the summary of bioelectric potential. Here I use mind map technique for the source of bioelectric potential. Here our input is our bioelectric potential and signal processing. First one is our source and definition part and biological context and role and bioelectricity in actions and purpose, and applying design thinking concept and visualization and network, future direction and impact. This is our summary part, and I've included mind map technique for our concept, source of bioelectric potential. And here I've included some assessment questions which are taken from biomedical well-known industries like GE Healthcare, Philips Healthcare and Siemens Healthineers. And these are some references for bioelectric potential and its sources. Thank you. I think you'll get a clear understanding about the source of bioelectric potential. If you have any doubts or queries, kindly comment. Thank you. Thank you for watching.